Welcome everyone to my C# Beginner's Crash course. Today we will be doing an overview of the course. So first let's talk a bit about C#. So C# is an object-oriented language. C# can be used to make applications, games, and really a lot more. For the course, you'll need or want some sort of interest in making applications, having to do with pretty much anything in the application series. You can be interested in games, but C# is considered an elegant language, so we'll be doing a lot of clean coding that's simpler in today's standards. If you have some previous experience and want to get stronger with your coding, then this course is definitely for you. So let me show you an example of how C# can be used. So I'm currently working on my own project, senior project, and I am doing a small game. I'll show you the game first, or part of the game first, so that you guys can see. So I'm doing this in Unity. We will not be using Unity for the course, however. This is just an example. So this is a current game that I'm making. It's a 2D platformer, and right now it's very early development, however. So as you may see, the character has a lot of functions, has a double jump, movement left and right, running, shooting with arrows, and a slash attack. So I'm going to run through a little bit of the game as we talk about how a lot of this is done. So most of these things, again, C#, it's the main component here, as it allows me to code all of the monsters, all the effects, and all the player movements and effects as well. So this is just some example of how C# can be used. But what's called the game right now, very early in it, and it has a couple of components that had to be, again, hard-coded. Most of this is hard-coded. So, we have one of the bigger monsters here that I guess I'll fight, and then we'll keep talking about the course. So, the objects are relatively smart here, as they will not run off edges. They know their place pretty much, and what will happen if they fall, in a sense. And then let's just kill that and be over with it. So let's go back to Visual Studio so you guys can see where C# comes in. So I'm just going to run through this very quickly. I'm not going to show much of the code, but this is pretty much what's being used to take care of the player. This is just to control the archer, movement, health, stamina, damage, attacks, and so on. But this is just an example of what can be done with C# in a sense. But now that we've talked about a decently interesting example that you guys will be able to do after this, you just have to again practice. Practice will allow you to do all if not most of these things. But in the course, we'll learn about types. We'll learn about operators and operations, classes, statements and loops, and a couple more chapters that deal with inbuilt C# classes and how to write code that is readable and professional. For the course, you'll need access to the internet and the will to learn pretty much about the language. I would suggest that you take paper notes, as it helps retain the information. You do not need much prior knowledge